ain't kinda used to being someone you loved.
That was Someone You Loved by Lewis Capaldi. And many of us would have seen Lewis at Glastonbury. I was moved when he began to struggle on stage with his Tourette's and needed to stop. The huge audience sang his words when he couldn't, a truly beautiful moment. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always loved dressing up since I was a very young girl. Some people take dressing up to a whole new limit, and I met Chloe Rayburn, a cosplayer, who told me all about her fascinating pastime. Hello, Chloe, and thanks for coming on the show. Please, can you tell our listeners, what is cosplay?
So how I would describe cosplay is basically you come up with an idea for a character or how you would like to portray your favorite character. It's a very creative process. And once you've completed a cosplay, there is a sense of achievement. And you can then showcase the cosplay at a Comic-Con or an event or wherever you wish. You can even do like a photo shoot. And generally speaking, it's mainly superheroes or anime characters. But I myself have done Disney princesses and villains, plus a couple of TV show characters. Comic-Con is the social side of being in the cosplay community. And this is where you get to meet people who are like-minded and you can truly appreciate what cosplay's
all about.
Yeah. The cosplays that people have done. I am part of the Facebook group, Somerset Cosplayers, and I have recently attended Horningsham Fair and Yeovil Comic-Con with them. So, and then I've also found the definition of cosplay.
What's that?
It's the practice of dressing up as a character from a film, book, or video game.
And that's fantastic. I mean, when my our boys were young, for me, because I'm quite creative and I love making costumes and all the rest of it. I loved Book Day or Tudor Day or anything, and I'd be there making all the costumes because I absolutely loved it. So, for you, which characters do you enjoy becoming the most? And when might we find you in Frome? Because we've got the festival, this week. So are you going to be wandering around in Frome? Will people see you?
I haven't been asked to do anything, so it's a no at the moment. But I might be doing that at the library. They're doing this free photo thing, and I'm thinking of going along in character. So I may go as either Merida, who I'm more known for, or Mirabelle, which was my original cosplay character that I first did. So it won't be one of them potentially.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I mean, I'm going to the I like the Frome Independent, I mean, the idea of just wandering about, letting people see you. You never know, you might get some work out of it.
True. And I believe the whole photo thing is happening on the same day as the independent market. So who knows? I could, you might see me at the independent market in cosplay.
Oh, I hope so. I mean, that is really brilliant. And, what do you think, how can cosplay help with our mental health? I know it might sound like an unconnected thing, but I can imagine that it could build confidence, raise self-esteem, give you something to motivate yourself. So for you, Chloe, what does it do for your mental health?
I've thought about this question, and personally for me, it allows our creative side to come out. So you can spend up to an hour a day on a cosplay, or you can spend literally 20 minutes. It's literally up to you how you'd like to put together your cosplay. When I first started cosplaying, I had to ask people to help me put together things, but now I've gain that confidence to then create my own stuff. I've recently discovered you can use body glitter and things like that. So I'm going to be using more of that for the more, I guess, magical characters. Another reason why it can help our mental health is that it can help us portray, it can help us cosplay characters that inspire us or help us to understand the world better. So, for example, there's one character that I cosplay called Mirabelle from Encanto. And I mainly wanted to cosplay her because she embodied everything that I felt. So literally from her physical appearance for her wearing glasses to how she feels emotionally and things like that. So
I'd love to see that. What is the name of the film that she's on?
Encanto.
Encanto. Oh, I haven't heard of that. I'll definitely have a look at that. It's like it's Inside Out, you know, that fantastic film about mental health when I love that. And I love the idea of Encanto and how it makes you feel inside and how it inspires, that is just the most important thing. So I'm going to ask you a question that sort of leads on from that. So I'm a psychotherapist, and all of my clients are neurodivergent, and a lot of them are autistic. And I did mention to you outside of the interview, actually, about when I first was learning about autism, I met this lovely lady, and she runs a group called Autism All Stars down in Red Hill, where I used to live. And so all these characters will turn up at the local shopping mall, and there'd be stormtroopers, Harry Potter characters. They'd all come out for Halloween. And it was absolutely fantastic. And you get these cartoon shops as well, and all sorts of things like the Warhammer shops, the gaming shops. A lot of autistic people really, loves that. And, with my characters, I've met people who they like dressing up in different parts. They might take part in reenactments. They might be part of the furry friend community. They could be transvestites or enjoy drama and costumes generally. So autism and fantasy, I mean, can go right back to childhood. We love it. We love it. We love it. What do you think about that, Chloe?
So when I was little, I would always create little scenarios, or even from the dreams I would have, I would come up with like characters, and then I would like talk to those characters, because it was almost like a sense of like I felt like I belonged there. And then from that I discovered there was Disney. So basically I was like, right, that's it. I've found my happy place. I found that there are characters that are just as quirky as I am, including, the first one that I obviously knew was Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
And Minnie, of course. And people would like dress me up in little Minnie Mouse outfits. The first time I remember cosplaying was dressing up as Cinderella. I didn't know it was cosplay at the time. I just thought, oh, it's just a dress. And I actually went to Disneyland that year that I got the cosplay. And yeah, it was just so fun walking up to the castle as a 4/5-year-old, and and fantasy side of it.
I can absolutely, I get that. And I'd said to you that for 10 years, every Halloween, I was Witchy Poo Sally down in the cellar in the house that we had, and creating this storyline about a witch that killed her sister because she'd had an affair with Witchy Poo Sally's wizard husband. And it was a real storyline, and I couldn't wait. And we used to get about 200 people coming down to the cellar from where we lived to come and see, if they were brave enough to come and see Witchy Poo Sally. So I absolutely can see. I mean, lots of people like going to parties, costume parties and things like that. We don't have to be neurodivergent to do it. Anybody can do it. And it's fun in a world that can sometimes be full of bad news all the time. Cosplay is just wonderful. And I'm looking at you now. Our listeners obviously can't see this, but Chloe is sat there with a gorgeous Mickey Mouse sweatshirt on with fantastic mouse ears. And the character for this one is
Moana.
And you look absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I hope that we can see more of you in Frome, because you do come across as quite a confident person. And I think the more you get out there and just go for it, you know, the more opportunities there are for events. So please, can you let us know? You did mention, which is great, Somerset cosplayers. And is there a message? You know, you can do a little shout out for yourself. What would you like to say on Frome FM to get people to hire you, for instance?
I don't know, just that, you know, I'd like to be able to make a difference in, you know, children and young people's lives, because I know that when I was young myself, well, I still am young, but
Yes.
but you know, when I was younger, I would always want somebody, you know, who does what I do now to like help me through difficult times. And the way that, you know, I want to, I guess, reach out is basically say like, look, I'm a cosplayer, and you know, if you ever need, you know, somebody just to like, you know, an Elsa, an Anna, Mirabelle, Moana, like any of those characters, I'd be happy to just, you know, be there.
And I think that's fantastic. And especially when we live in a world that is more gender fluid and it's more accepting and more diverse, and people are
Definitely.
wanting to find out about their identities, and they do that in fantasy. And this fantasy can be a parallel universe. You know, I've spoken to a number of people who it really makes them feel safe and wonderful when they have different characters within them. You know, it's just brilliant. So I've been talking to Chloe Raeburn, which is Raeburn, and you can find her at Somerset Cosplayers, and do look out for her, because Chloe can help with, you know, she can go to different events, anything like that. So it's been great talking to you, Chloe. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Have a great summer. Bye for now. Now a song that can't help but get us all in the summer spirit, even